So my boss showed me a memo this morning. We need you to price out moving the servers downstairs so we can turn the server room into an executive break room. And #X200B. I asked him if it was a joke and he told me no. And #X200B. Well boss, why don't you just call the fire alarm company and price out installing a new fire suppression system and start there? And #X200B. Do we really need to go that far? And #X200B. Yeah, start with the outside contractors first. Besides, I'd bet any money those guys will charge 3 arms and a leg to take out the old system and add a new system downstairs. That's not one but 2 major constructions jobs. And #X200B. Yeah, we can't leave the server room a death trap, so we need to call the access control company as well, he replied. And #X200B. Oh, make sure to CC all the higher-ups on the running tally, I suggested. And #X200B. That idiot that decided to move to the break room is going to get sticker shock long before we are done. I recently returned to the IT world, and this story recently returned to my mind. We are having network issues here at work, so I decided to go ahead and jot this down. I know this is military heavy, but still concerning IT. This happened about 16 years ago when I was deployed to Eastern Europe with the Army. I was a member of the G6, basically military help desk. Despite my rank, E4/specialist, I was one of the go-to people for tech problems. Cast. $me, at the time, a lowly specialist, E4, but part of the head tech team, lost hopelessly in the pursuit of getting my E5, sergeant rank. $SGM, my sergeant major, E9, basically my big boss on the enlisted side of things. $CG, commanding general, the boss of the entire mission. For you civilians out there, he was the equivalent of a CEO. $CSM, command sergeant major, my $SGM boss, he would be like a COO. Now for some military context, we had 2 networks, the NIPRNet, non-classified, and the CyberNet, classified, then there was the top-secret network. All of these were regulated by AR 25-2, which laid out very specific rules for all of these networks. One of which was you do not under any circumstances have the NIPRNet and CyberNet on the same computer. There are even rules for laying out the cabling, saying like you can't have NIPR and CyPR cables within a foot of each other. Now, as you can probably imagine, the majority of these people were up in age, and really didn't know the ins and outs of technology, etc. $SGM got it though. He told us that he was just a nerd and we lower enlisted, sergeants and below, were the geeks, and while he was trying to become a geek, he would trust us with the mission, and anything that we wanted to do, as long we could justify it, he would take it to the brass, and keep the brass off our asses. So one day, $SGM and I were walking and talking about some aspects of the mission. Usual type stuff. We happened to walk past the $CG office, and we hear from inside. $CG, $SGM. Op. Need to talk to you. So we look at each other and silently said to each other, now what? So we dutifully walk into his office, and lock up, parade rest. $SGM and me, yes sir? $CG, yeah. I was just wondering if it would be possible to have the NIPRNet and CyberNet on my computer here. I don't want to have to go to another room to check the CyberNet. My gut just flipped. I just looked at $SGM. $SGM, op, you want to handle this? I could only imagine the look on my face towards the SGM. He had totally thrown me under the bus/half track. I looked at the $CG, and took a breath. $me, sir, permission to speak freely. $CG, of course, go ahead. I took a deep breath, say a very quick prayer, and look at him dead in the eyes, and said, "Sir, are you outside your damn mind?" $CG, taken aback, "Excuse me, Specialist Hop?" $me, Sir, Arkansas 25-2 clearly states that all NIPR and CyPR connections must be on different machines, and the CyPR computers go through a completely different imaging procedures than the NIPR computers do. More policies are put in place to prevent removable media, and other registry entries are put in place so that rogue software cannot be installed. But I tell you what, sir, if you want me to do that, fine. I will do it under protest. While I am at it, I'll put in a third network card to where you can have the top secret network on this unit so you won't have to go to the SIF, the top secret squirrel building, to get your high-level briefs, and you won't be that far away from your coffee maker. And when all the alarms go off at the U.S. Army Europe, National Guard Bureau, DoD, don't come crying to me. Oh, you want me to run it to the Hooch barracks, too? $CG, specialist. $me, gulp, yes. Comma sir? $CG, you've made your point. Both of you are dismissed. About face and walk out. Get out to the hallway. $SGM grabs my shoulder and spins me around. And glares me down. $SGM, damn IT specialist top, you don't talk to a general that way. $me, I had permission to speak freely. And I was just quoting regulation and pointing out how insane his idea was. I did nothing wrong. $SGM backslash, just glaring at me. And eventually turns into a smile. Good job. Punches me on the shoulder. I have never sweated so many bullets. The next day, I get a call from the $CSM, telling me to get to his office immediately. Boy. So I snap to, head over the $CSM office. Knock 3 times, custom, he says get in here now. Me, at parade dressed, yes, $CSM? $CSM, specialist top, what in the hell did you tell the old man yesterday? I knew the $CG was out of the office, because we enlisted only that term behind his back. I know. Wrong. Me, $CSM, I just reminded $CG about the regulation regarding network protocols as described in Army Regulation 25-2. $CSM, I know the regulation, specialist top. Me, yes, $CSM. He got up from his desk and walked up right in front of me. I am about 5 feet 11 inches. He is well over 6 feet, somewhat intimidating. $CSM, you know what problem I really have, specialist top? Me, no, $CSM. $CSM, I have been wanting to talk to him like that since the very beginning of the mission. And you got by with IT. You know how bad that makes me look? I should bust you back to civilian. Me, I just did my job. $CSM. $CSM, I know. And you're damn good at it. Me. $CSM, starting to smile, and calm down. And that's why I am so happy you are on this mission with us. Me, internally keeping my nerves in check, I'm honored to be here, $CSM. $CSM slaps me on the shoulder. At ease up. You did the right thing. Now. I do have an email problem. Me, internally eye-rolling, and thinking figures. I helped $CSM out and returned to my desk. I was promoted to sergeant a few weeks later. EDA, I want everyone here who has said that I yelled at the general. I did not. I used a stern voice, yes, but I did not yell at him. I put that text in bold just to emphasize my frustration with such a request, considering the security issues that we were already dealing with after the TOA, transfer of authority, that were left to us by the previous unit, and that request almost pushed me over the brink. While using sarcasm, I kept my composure, and my voice at a respectful level. Also, I think that overall, my promotion was just a happy coincidence, and I am not saying that event had anything to do with it. I had done my time, I had earned my stripes, and it was just weird that it happened so close to that event. Just a weird coincidence. Lastly, I appreciate all the upvotes and awards. I didn't expect this to blow up like it has. To my military brothers and sisters. I'm pretty new to this Reddit, but I feel at home. So I've been in IT since the mid-90s, mainly support and management of support. This happened late 90s. I was working for an IT recruiter, one of the biggest at the time. We had just fitted a firewall for the first time, shows how long ago, that logged all users browsing. I was called into my manager's office thinking the worst, but was happily told that I needed to have a word with the owner of the company. The reason I had to have a word was because, A, the senior IT staff couldn't stop laughing, B, they thought it was funny to send me, and C, I had been there only a few months. So it was I that had to go and tell someone that was in the Times 100 richest people list, that he had to stop browsing his very special interest sites during the day on his work computer as IT were flagged every time he visited one. He took it on the chin, laughed and asked if I'd got the short straw and let me on my way. I was working late last night, doing the Friday night help desk shift. Normally it's slow as molasses as 99% of people go home. We didn't have any Friday issues spilling over, so I ordered a small pizza and broke out my tablet to watch TV. And #X200B. My computer thinks I got a tech support ticket from the head of the TPS department, Mr. Bunny Slippers. And #X200B. Laptop won't dock. I think I broke something. And #X200B. Now 99% of the time I think I broke something equals I just broke something. And this specific ticket means I'm not even going to bother trying to remote in. And #X200B. I get to his office and there's a grown man in bunny slippers and PJs sitting at his computer, and the entire room smells like fast food. Checkers specifically, and his laptop is next to the docking station. And #X200B. I flip it over and there's a French fry squished to the docking station. And #X200B. Sir. I think I can get this straightened out. I'll be right back with the right tools. And #X200B. I go back down to the Batcave and get the contact cleaner, scrub brush, paper towels and come back. 5 minutes of cleaning and I have Mr. Bunny Slipper's laptop into the docking station, and behold, it powers up and his peripherals connect. And #X200B. I'm sorry, Mr. Bunny Slippers tells me. And #X200B. At least you didn't try to wash it out in the sink yourself, I tell him. And #X200B. Yeah, I figured that I could just fuck it up worse like my marriage, he tells me. I look around the room and there's pillows/blankets on his couch. And #X200B. You okay, sir? I ask. And #X200B. Yeah, I had another question. Where is this computer's CD drive? He asks. And #X200B. I do a quick check and his laptop doesn't have an optical drive. And #X200B. Do you need one to access some data? And #X200B. Nah. Just brought these movies in from home, he replies. He reaches under his desk and pulls out a stack of DVDs. They are all retail discs, so I figure they should be safe. And #X200B. Sir, can you put in a ticket to request a USB DVD drive to review training materials for me? I ask him. He goes to his desk and writes a note. And #X200B. A UBS DVD drive to review training materials? He asks as he's scribbling. And #X200B. Close enough, sir, I tell him. I watch him start another ticket and I go down to the Batcave. Ticket number 2 is in by the time I get there, and I pull a USB Blu-ray DVD drive off the shelf and take it up to Mr. Bunny Slippers to get it set up for him. I also toss in a movie to check it for him. The audio sucks pretty bad on the laptop. And #X200B. Sir, can you put in one more request for better speakers and I get you fixed up good? I ask him. And #X200B. Oh. Yeah, I can do that. What do I put in? He asks. And #X200B. Better speakers to go with the DVD drive, I explain. And #X200B. Okay, he tells me. And #X200B. I go down and pull the best speakers we have for him and come back and get them set up. And #X200B. This should put you in good shape, I tell him. And #X200B. How long can I keep the drive and speakers? He asks. And #X200B. I issued them to you seeing as how the head of your department says you need them for reviewing training materials, I explain. And #X200B. Oh. Well, thank you, he tells me. I go back down to the Batcave and count my lucky blessings that I'm not sleeping in my office in Stupid Industries.